This is 1943 on the Commodore 64, and this game is a bit of an oddity really, because it came out in 1987 and was by a company called American Action. And that's about all I know of it. Now in the UK, this game was released, well, not this game, but the game 1943, The Battle of Midway, came out. Now that game was based on the Capcom arcade, which at the time was the only game that I knew had anything to do with 1943. However, this particular title, I don't know whether it was an American only release. I suspect it was, given the name of the software, but then again, the conversion of 1943 was by US Gold, so make of that what you will. But yeah, it's kind of weird. This seems to have more in common with 1942, almost as if this was a sequel to that game on the Commodore 64, rather than this actually being a sequel in of itself to the arcade 1942, if that makes sense. In other words, what I'm trying to say is I suspect that this isn't actually an arcade conversion of 1943. I just went a really long-winded way around doing it. He seems to have the similar problems that 1942 had, in that the bullets are quite hard to see, and they're magnified in this because there's a lot more landmass that you fly over, and there are a lot more bullets, and they travel faster, and they're smaller. So the little black squares from 1942 are now even smaller, and overall the graphics are kind of weird. Firstly, the enemy planes just look like shadows. There's no definition on them at all. They're monochromatic. Your plane, again, it's not monochromatic as such, as you can see. It's got various shades of grey on it, but in itself it seems to be quite a low definition thing, which is a little bit unfortunate really, because I actually thought this could have had the potential of being something quite good. In many respects I was hoping it was going to be the conversion of 1943 Kai that came out in the arcades. I don't know whether that ever came out over here, but I had a Capcom collection pack on my PSP a few years ago, and that was on there, and that was like a remix of 1943, and they changed the P-38 Lightning with a biplane, and it was still cool. And I love the 1943 arcade, so this really doesn't share anything in common with it at all, aside from the name and aside from the hero aircraft, so to speak. They've also kind of condensed the play area and given it more verticality to try to make it look a bit more like an arcade. On the right you've got your lives and the loops, and on the left is this map thing. Now I don't know whether you actually move up the map as you progress. I didn't get that far into it, but certainly what's on the map doesn't seem to have any reflection at all as to what's on the screen. So yeah, it's a real oddity. I'm not really too sure what to make of it, to be honest. I didn't really get much enjoyment out of playing it, but yeah, pretty much it. Just quickly, I'm going to have to change the way I do the audio on these, because I'm having a lot of audio problems with OBS, how I recorded the other videos, and I'm also having audio issues with Movie Maker, so bear with me. I'll try and get things sorted, and thank you for watching.